What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with yet another video. Today we've got some transfer rumours to talk about. I'm here with my brother Sim again. How's it going, Sim?
Yeah, not much changed since yesterday. It's been all right.
Well, yeah, each day is kind of moulding into one at the moment. But there's some interesting news coming out last night from L'Equipe in France. Apparently, we're in for Thomas Meunier, who's on a free contract or a free agent at the end of the start the transfer window. What do you make out of this?
Yeah, it's actually not just L'Equipe, it's also ESPN France as well. One of their journalists said that as an exclusive that apparently Jose Mourinho had a phone call with Thomas Meunier 2 days ago to convince him to join Tottenham, and apparently he was very flattered by the phone call and he's very interested in coming to Spurs. And given that's a free transfer, this kind of looks like this could well be happening. I think it's a good deal. I think he's been a very good right back for PSG for a number of years. He starts for Belgium. I think given the fact that it's going to be a free transfer, he's on around 60 grand a week at the moment at PSG. So it's not too hard to bump those wages up a bit and give him a bit of a pay increase. I think he is an upgrade on Serge Aurier at the moment. The only thing is he is 28, so he doesn't. Spurs, with their refreshing the squad, it's not really part of the plan. You'd want someone like Max Aarons would probably be a better fit for that kind of thing. But I think he's definitely better than Aurier. He cuts out those defensive howlers that Aurier makes, and he's also good going forward. He's a very adept at getting crosses in and getting in at the back post. He's a bit like Marcus Alonso in that sense. He's decent in that right wing back position. Maybe not as good as like free kicks and stuff, but he's very good at in an attacking sense. So I'd be very happy with that signing, and I think it adds to the quality of the squad for sure.
Yeah, I actually went out to Paris and saw him play against Lyon when they beat them 4-2, and I was really, really impressed with him. I think he got 2 assists on the night, and he was causing Lyon countless amounts of problems. And he was also defensively sound as well, which was good to see, albeit Lyon did score 2 goals, but I don't think either goal came down his side. So, yeah, it's a signing which I would welcome, to be honest. I think it's the better player than Serge Aurier. Maybe not as good going forward as Serge Aurier, but definitely better defensively, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think I probably agree with that. But the problem with Aurier is he's only so good going forward because he's been told to get nowhere near our box. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Mourinho's like, just stay forward, man. Just don't go anywhere near our goal because only bad things happen when that happens.
And this guy's got a goal in his locker as well. Scored that brilliant goal in the Champions League, was it?
He actually scored against Real Madrid. He scored against Real Madrid this season. He scored a wonderful volley. I think it was against Basel a couple of years ago. I remember watching that game live. That was a brilliant goal. I think he also scored against England in the third place playoff. I think he scored the winner in that game.
Right, yeah.
So he has a goal in him. He's a very adept at attacking for sure. He's not lightning quick. He's not rapid, but he's not slow either. He's not one of those players who's going to be caught out for his pace, but he's not exactly going to be bursting through most teams anytime soon, like a Kyle Walker or anything like that. He doesn't have that kind of pace, but he's not a slow player. And I think he's really solved Belgium's problems at right back, where they had a big problem there for a number of years. I remember Toby was playing right back there for a bit, and they really didn't have a player there, but then Meunier came into the fore and he's been very good. I think he's played for Man City, actually. He never really made the grade there. Yeah, I think before he joined PSG, I think he was a Man City player, if I believe, if I'm right. And
well, I'm looking at
quite made the grade there.
No, I don't think that's right. I'm looking at his career.
No, it wasn't Man City?
Nah, he's never been in England before. Before Paris Saint-Germain, before PSG, he was at Club Brugge. And before Club Brugge, he was at some second-rate Belgium side.
I'm thinking of someone else then.
No, he's played 4 seasons now at PSG, and he scored 13 goals for them. So it's a good return for a right back.
And assists as well. He's probably got quite a lot of assists, I would imagine, as well.
Yeah. So every time I'm following the the French league. I always see him on the assists whenever PSG are playing. Well, it's not like he's got a shortage of strikers to
to give the ball to. Yeah, I think he adds quality to the and depth to the squad. But the only problem, apparently, the sticking point is Levy apparently is a bit against the signing, but which is weird to think about considering he's a free transfer. Apparently,
I think Levy's against it because of the sell-on value, and he wants to refresh the squad in terms of bringing the age and the average age of the squad down.
Yeah, he would want a younger player. What I would think is, if I was Levy anyway, is I'd sign Meunier, I would sell Aurier and for about 25, 30 million, then I'll sign Aarons from Norwich. And then you have two better right backs. You've got a young, fresh right back, and you've got more experience and more quality there as well. And you don't have the unpredictability of Serge Aurier at right back position. Albeit, I do think he's improved since Mourinho's come in. I think everyone's seen that. I think he's definitely been one of our best attacking threats down the right-hand side at times. But even since Mourinho's come in, he still has that big mistake in him. He's still been costing us in big moments in games. So I think if you want to refresh the squad and you want to start adding quality, I think Aurier is one of those players where you could probably get quite a bit of money for him, and he's a position we can refresh. I think Aarons would be a very good value signing in that position.
Also remains to be seen in this current climate how much we actually can get for Aurier.
That's also true. It's also true. It depends. I don't even know if we're going to be willing to spend any money, to be honest.
But Mark Ben Amram on Twitter is claiming this is a 1.5 tier source. So there could really be some legs in it. But he does claim the obstacles are, like you said, Daniel Levy. And apart from that, there's also interest from other clubs and where the actual player's preference lies as well. So there could be a couple of stumbling blocks. And I don't think we're anywhere near seeing this move being completed yet.
No, I think the deal to Spurs makes sense, though, because most teams, off the top of my head, they've got their right back situation pretty sorted in the Premier League anyway. Look, obviously there's going to be competition, but I think Spurs is a probably attractive place to come with Jose Mourinho manager. So I think he probably is an interest point for a lot of players to work under. And they know that if Meunier signs Spurs, he'll know he'll be getting a lot of game time. So I think it makes sense for him to come Spurs. But yeah, I guess it depends who else is in.
Well, you say that, but if we do like what you want and sign Aarons and Meunier, how much game time will he get? Will he be the first choice, or will Max Aarons be the first choice?
Yeah, I think he would be first choice. I think Meunier would be first choice, maybe for a season or two. Then Max Aarons would take over. That's how I would see. I think Aarons would come in in development. He's still only 19. I don't think he's 20 yet, Max Aarons. Yeah. So I can't see him come. Maybe, Dele Alli came in and started straight away, so you never know. But I think Aarons has the quality to be competing for the first team, but I think Meunier would just have the edge over him for the time being.
I think every time I've seen Aarons play, well, not every time, but when I've seen him play against us this season, both times I think he was absolutely brilliant. Caused us a lot of problems down that side. And he's a signing I'd absolutely love to see. But there you have it. That's the rumours at the moment. Thomas Meunier, hopefully on a free transfer, and maybe Max Aarons as well. And the last thing I want to talk about is a player who we were heavily linked with in the summer, Olivier Giroud, has signed a year extension with Chelsea, according to DiMarzio. So hearing that, do you still think we're going to go in for a striker this summer?
God knows what we're going to do this summer, given the whole situation. But I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that we're going to. I think from what I've been reading all over the social media and from most reports is that our priorities are in defence and central midfield. That's our priorities for the summer. So I clearly getting a striker in is not in the forefront of Jose Mourinho's plans. I was thinking, if we can get someone like Giroud in, that would be an easy, cheap stopgap where we can just get a backup and not have to think about it too much. But seeing as he's signing a new contract, that seems like that one's out the window. So I think what I read as well is that if Tottenham do look for a striker, it's going to be someone who's old and someone who's more experienced and not a young up-and-coming striker who's going to cost a lot more money. So Giroud would have fit that bill. He would have fit the bill in January. I would have wanted him, but obviously didn't get it over the line. So I don't know who would fit that bill at the moment as
Maybe
that
that
old
striker from
experienced striker.
Sociedad we were going to sign, Willian Jose.
Willian Jose, maybe he's 28, 29. Maybe it's not too late on that one. He would fit the bill, in my opinion. But there's, maybe get Llorente back. I don't know.
Should never have sold that man.
We never sold him. We should never have sold him. We didn't sell him. We let him go on a free for nothing.
Yeah.
Could do with him. Really could do with him.
It was actually disgraceful after that year he gave us to do that.
We offered him a pay decrease.
Disgraceful.
To stay.
Disgraceful.
But I think I'd like to think it won't be our priority, but I think we will go in for one. Maybe if we get our other deals done, probably.
The one position which I actually think we're crying out for, which I haven't seen anyone linked with in that position, is that left back. Do you think that they're going to go for Ben Davies and Ryan Sessegnon to compete for that spot for next season?
Well, it's interesting. I hear when on the live stream, Ryan Sessegnon was on, and he was asked his best position, and I thought he was going to say left wing, but he said left back. He said he prefers to be left back or left wing back in a 5-3-2. That's where he believes his best position. So he hasn't had the easiest of first seasons, but apparently Jose Mourinho and the Tottenham staff really see quality in him and really believe in his ability. So if we don't get a left back in the summer, which sounds like it's not a priority, then I'd like to see him get more game time. I'd like to see what he can do, and I'd like to see him get more confidence in his play and being able to take on players at left back. And I really believe if we can get him going, he can be very valuable in that position because he's got pace, he's got quality. He just needs to add that confidence to his game. Obviously, a big money move to a big London club playing in Champions League. Big step up for him after not having the best first season at Fulham in the Premier League. And that might have affected his confidence. But I think once we can really unlock that ability, he could be a star in the making. So it wouldn't be the biggest blow for me if we don't get left back, although ideally I'd want us to sign one. But I think if we could develop Sessegnon, he's got the qualities to be a fantastic player there, I think.
Yeah, and then apart from that, you've got Ben Davies as well, who's actually probably naturally suited for the Jose Mourinho system.
He's obviously very solid, isn't he?
Yeah, he's solid defensively. But, he slotted straight away into that Jose Mourinho system. A shame he got injured. And then when he came back, he had to play a lot of games in a short space of time. So I think
it wasn't so easy.
It wasn't so easy. So I think that with a pre-season behind him, fresh legs, I think, he can come on really well next season, Ben Davies as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think that position, when he defends on the left side of a back three, when we do have the ball and goes out to left back when we don't, I think that suits him because he doesn't have to get full up and down the pitch all the time. And I think for left back with Ben Davies' qualities, although he's okay when he's in a crossing position, his forte really is at the back and being solid. So I think it does suit him, and I think we'll expect to see more of Ben Davies next season, I think.
Just one more thing I want to get your opinion on. We got linked with a couple of players during the week that I reported on one of the videos I did was it Isaac Diop and Diogo Dalot. Would you take either of those?
Diogo Dalot hasn't climbed up any trees at Man United, has he, since he's come there? He's had a few games, but
He also got stifled by the Wan-Bissaka signing as well.
He did, but I wasn't too impressed whenever I saw him. A lot of the times I actually played him on the right wing, even though he's not that much of an attacking player, what I've seen. I haven't been too impressed with him, so I wouldn't run up any trees if we'd sign him. However, it's interesting to note that Mourinho signed him at United. I think it was a Mourinho signing. So clearly, if he maybe he sees something that most people haven't seen, or Oli hasn't seen anyway since he's been a manager.
I tell you what, though, some Man United fans have been quite impressed with Dalot and think he's quite.
I think he's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe if the good thing about Dalot is he's versatile. He can play right back, left back. He's more obviously defensive minded, but that would probably rule out Max Aaron signing for Spurs if we were to sign Dalot, albeit Dalot might be cheaper. So maybe that'll be something to look at. But
You say that, we signed Kyle Walker and Kyle Norton at the same time once.
That's true. That's true. But I'm saying if we're signing Meunier, we're going to sign Meunier, Aarons, and Dalot.
Yeah.
So it's probably only 2 of those 3 with Aurier leaving, if that's the fact. Look, if we would sign him, I wouldn't be protesting or anything, but I just wouldn't be that excited about it. In terms of Issa Diop, I like him. I actually do like Issa Diop. I think he's been a very good defender for West Ham. I think it's one of those things where West Ham defensively as a unit haven't been good for a while, but he's kind of been the shining light in the sea of madness for West Ham a lot of the time. So I think he's young as well. He's still 23.
Plays on the left side of defence as well.
Yeah, so whether West Ham would deal with us is another question. They'll probably double their price if Spurs come calling, because they know that West Ham selling to Spurs is not a good look. I know they've done it in the past, but given the fact that their owners are coming up under such scrutiny, adding a sale to Spurs of one of their best players would cause a lot of more bad taste in the mouth of West Ham fans. So
at the end of the day, West Ham are our feeder club, so it's just the natural course of life. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, it used to be the case, but I don't know if the owners could get away with that anymore. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because they're already out for blood, the West Ham fans. If they were to sell one of their best players to Spurs, they would be in big trouble.
Would you say at the moment he's a better player than Jan Vertonghen?
It's difficult. I don't think, obviously, Vertonghen when he was younger, definitely not.
Yeah, obviously, but I'm talking about now with Vertonghen's aging legs and him kind of coming to the fore as a Premier League centre-back.
You'd have to say I'd rather him in the squad. I'd rather Issa Diop in the squad. I think it's harsh on Vertonghen at the moment because I know he hasn't had the best season, but no one has. And I think he has burned the brunt of a lot of defensive lapses in the squad in terms of the defensive unit hasn't been the same, and he has been left exposed a lot, and Toby as well. And I wouldn't say Toby has declined in his ability. I really wouldn't. I just think that the defensive unit has declined so much that we need to rebuild areas of defence so that they're not as exposed as they are. So I know it's easy to point the finger, he's aging, he's past it. I don't know if he is yet, Jan Vertonghen.
So would you give him a new contract then?
I think I would. I think I would give him a new contract. Albeit, I think he might decide it's not for him and he wants a new challenge. But I think I would give him a new contract.
Well, fair enough. Well, there you have it. That's the transfer rumours for today. The most strongest one, obviously, being Thomas Meunier. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of these transfer rumours. Like, subscribe, and comment below. And as always, come on, Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.